Welcome everyone. How's it going? Happy
Welcome
Thursday.
everyone. How's it going? Happy
Welcome
Thursday.
everyone. How's it going? Gotta close my tab there. Sorry. How's it going, y'all? Let me know if my audio is coming in okay. It should be. I think I just heard myself 5 times. How's it going? Tesla, huh? Let me just move my Discord out of the way here. What the hell this is. There we go. Alrighty. Welcome Gavin, Marco, Casey, welcome. Gaj. Hey Jan, how's it going? How's it going, y'all? How's it going? Let's see here. Let's open up Thinkorswim. And let's make sure everything's set up here. Yeah, Tesla's retesting audio. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Marco. Looks like Tesla is testing, it's consolidating really around the 700 level. And if we pull up the 1 hour chart, let me try to make it one chart for today. But yeah, we saw as low as $600 and almost $80 for the day today. It got bought right back up from that $680 low. So, you know, it looks like we're heading back down there. So I'm curious to see if we retest or if we consolidate right around this linear regression channel of 690. It's going to be interesting though. I mean, like, remember, the S&P funds bought at 695. So right now you can technically buy cheaper than they bought it at. Welcome, Miles. How's it going? The main problem in the market right now are the bonds, right? Are the Treasury yields. If we pull up TNX, which is the 10-year yield, you'll see there's some weird stuff happening today. We're at a 50. It's continuing to skyrocket into the close. We're at a 15% return on those. It spiked at around 10 a.m. really oddly all the way up to 16% for like a split second, and then it came back down. It was really weird. Haven't seen that before. Not that I follow the 10-year bonds really closely, but that was really interesting to see. Yeah, so Miles is asking, do you think today's drop can be attributed to GME and AMC? And I think partly that's probably true, right? Whenever the market, what is GME right now? Let me put it in. GME is at $146. So there's a lot of people that probably gotten squeezed if they were short. A lot of people that have been trying to cover their positions. So yeah, I mean, it's whenever these meme stocks are rallying, like, these hedge funds have no idea what to do. They have no idea what to do. So yes, I think until we see these meme stocks go back to lows, like, the market's going to be a little bit finicky. And on top of that, the bond yields are continuing to actually go up, which is not good. This market, you know, my gut for this market is, like, I still think we have some sideways / downward movement to go before we continue our bull run. Because, you know, I'm still a believer in our extended bull run that's probably going to come after stimulus and all this sort of stuff. But I think we got some sideways action to go. And maybe even downward action in the general market. This is the Tesla's 1 hour graph. Hey, welcome, Tyler. Yes, Andrew, started a couple minutes early. I always buy myself five minutes extra just to grab some water and stuff, but I was ready. All right, so I mean, we're below our pivot line. The 1 hour graph for Tesla doesn't look good, but, you know, if we're being honest, like, this is the 1 hour graph of Tesla. If we're being honest, like, nothing really that's happened in the last, 10 days? The 1 hour graph pulls up, 10 days. Whatever happens in the last has happened in the last 10 days isn't out of the norm. Like, it's not like we've gone down to $400. So it's all within the range, really. So bought often and early this AM, should have been more patient. It's all good. Long-term hodl. Yep, that's the way to do it. Miles, I'm so mad. We were looking so nice yesterday and 740 lost it all. Well, if you have a long enough time horizon and you believe in the company, no big deal. Don't even stress it. But yeah, if you're a short-term trader, you know, taking profits is probably a good idea. Now, remember, Tesla's next pivot point, like I said yesterday, it was at 750 yesterday. Now it's moved to 725. But that's our next pivot point. And, you know, unless we start passing 725, it's hard to see us climbing every single day higher. Hey, Parker. I really hope that was my mate. Yeah, I mean, that'd be sweet. Now, the thing is, Catalyst, right? I made a video about this yesterday. Catalysts are going to be tough right now. ARK Invest is very, very quiet about when they're planning on releasing this, which, could be a signal that it's coming up soon. But I mean, let's see, right? FSD subscription. But here's the bottom line, right? Here's the bottom line. If I pull up the Qs, the Nasdaqs, right? Nasdaqs are going down. If we pull up the daily chart on the Nasdaqs, it's found some consolidation down at the 50-day moving average. I think this is the 50-day simple moving average. This is a 200. So, let's see. I mean, today we've come all the way down past the 50-day moving average, and it's to be determined whether or not we're gonna continue to ride this moving average or if we're gonna break down. Historically speaking, in the bull run that we've had, whenever we've broken that 50-day moving average, we've caught ourselves pretty soon after that 50-day moving average broke. So it's never like we've retested the 200-day simple moving average. And in the bull market, that makes sense. In a bull market, that's the definition of a bull market, is that these 200-day simple moving averages can ride out without you ever retesting it. If you're retesting the 200-day simple moving average, you're not in a bull market, really, right? You're in a sideways market, if not a downwards market. So, that's why I'm saying I still think we got some choppiness to go. So as long as the Qs are choppy, so as long as the bond yields are high, and I'll pull up the yields for today, we're at 15%. Like, that's really high. Remember, we started the day at 14.5 or something percent. So as long as yields continue to go up, which they have today, so as long as the Qs have broken through their simple moving average, we got some sideways action to go. So don't be putting all your chips in at once. You might have some more buying opportunities coming up here. And yeah, I actually, David, thanks for asking. David asks thoughts on the temporary halt of the Model 3. So we were talking about this on Discord, and by the way, if you want to join us on Discord and you want to support the channel, all that good stuff, Patreon link is in description. I think we've opened up some of the entry level plans on that. So if you want to support the channel, join us on Discord. Great time in there. But we were talking on Discord about last night. The news came out, if you're not aware, that from February 22nd, Tesla told everyone to shut down the Model 3 line. And if you pull up Tesla's chart here, right? If you pull up Tesla's chart, let's do daily, right? On February 22nd, they shut down. This is the 22nd, where my crosshair is. Okay, hopefully you can see that there. They shut down the production line for the Model 3, and I'm gonna put my camera down. And I just found it interesting, and I'm not implying that anyone knew, but I found it interesting on the day that everyone internally in Tesla knew that the production line was being shut down. We saw a massive downward move, all the way from $770 down to $720, actually $714 to close the day. And then the following day, you already know, we went all the way down and crashed down to $619 as low. So, and we are not hearing about this news until last night, if not today, is really when this news went mainstream, 3 or 4 days after it's already happened. Now, that might actually answer our question as to why there was, I think, someone can remind me, but on the live stream, I looked at it, but it was like 1.7 million shares sold at the bid in the morning on that day. And it was just a massive dump of Tesla shares. And yeah, it was just, it was suspicious. To be honest, it's really suspicious still that it's pretty obvious to me looking at it that people internally in the company obviously knew about all the halts happening. And if they weren't allowed to trade, then they probably told their friends and family to dump shares. It kind of feels like that's what happened here. Not only that, but it seems like someone famous on Twitter timed the bottom really well on Tesla. Almost too well to kind of consider what happened. So yeah, do I think today's 7.5% dip on Tesla has something to do with the news coming out? Yes. But do I think it's already priced in, or should have been? Yes. So this So this move that we're seeing today downwards, yes, it might have to do with okay, right? Hey, thanks for this. Thanks for the super chat, Sanju. What like the move that we're seeing today, and it looks like Tesla's continuing to fall into close. We still got 40 minutes to go, 50 minutes to go, but I think it has to do with some of the news today. But I found it really interesting that some people seem like they knew about this way before the public did. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Elon reportedly under SEC investigation for pumping Doge. Yeah, that was a rumor though, and there's no good source on that. On top of that, cryptos aren't securities. Like Doge is not a security, so the SEC is literally the Securities Exchange Commission. So I don't see where they have any authority on that. I don't buy it. Abel thinks we're going to 500. That's going to be tough, but we'll see. I think 700. We're at 683 right now. Let's see what happens. Busted growth story. I see what you're doing. Okay, that makes sense. GME is skyrocketing this. It's going to take time to your gains. Yeah, GME is at 140. I would say it's skyrocketing. Yesterday I got really lucky. I bought GME in at 60. I sold it at 50 or 60. I sold it at like 70. And then I bought back in at around 80. And after hours, I sold at 200. So right at the top. Like I just put in I was with my friend at a coffee shop. And I was like, I'm gonna put in a sell order after hours for 200, just in case like something happens. And then all of a sudden, I was on my phone. It just said it triggered my stop. So it was crazy. It's just tough, right? Like, I mean, it's. I'm not gonna name names. I'm just saying, and I have nothing like. Whoever did it made a lot of money. Hats off to them. And plus, it's not insider trading. It literally cannot be because you're not an insider. I get that. So it's not like there's any sort of animosity there. I'm just finding it interesting how the news really didn't inform us of this until today. And literally, the production line has been down since the 22nd, reportedly. I'm not even sure if that's true anymore. So is this going to continue? I can keep buying dips. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to consolidate here for a little bit, I would say. Well, Miles, you should have been here for the last year. It was just straight up. So we'll see. Cashew milk latte. Ugh, that sounds gross. We did have a nice rebound yesterday. This market manipulation, maybe the refresh of the Model 3. Maybe they could have. Yeah, maybe there's a refresh of the Model 3. I mean, potentially, but the price action to me determines that someone knew about the production lines being down for more nefarious reasons. Let's just put it that way. But the bounce was nice for sure, and it shows you that there is strength in the market in Tesla. But that being said, I've pulled up the daily graph here. I'll pull up the 4 hours. In the grand scheme of things, like if we're speaking relatively in the stock market, we're talking a matter of weeks. Like it's not like the last time we were at this price was December, like the end of the year. I'm not sure what day this is. December 30th was the last time we were at this price that we're at today, other than a couple of days ago. Like it's really not like we're going down to like 2-year lows or something, right? So hey, let me know where you guys are. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I think I know about some of you guys, but let me know where, what city or what country you guys are tuning in from. Curious. Competitors can't get chips either. Yeah, for sure. But I think Tesla has Samsung make their chips, and the competitors I think have Nvidia chips. I could be wrong. Someone can correct me on that. New Zealand. Oh, Abel. Wow, what time is it there? Australia, Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta, nice. Is there another split in the future? Probably, but not anytime soon. The Netherlands. Yes, Marco. Welcome. Amsterdam. Oh, nice. Look at that. Texas, New York, New York. It's 9 in the morning in New Zealand, says Abel. Jeez, wow, that's crazy. How do you trade in the middle of the night? That's nuts. LA, says Juan. Ordo says Netherlands. Oh, nice. NYC again. Sanju's in London. Scotland, 2015. Oh, that's probably the time. 8:15 in the PM. Nice. Honolulu. Welcome, Robert. Nick Hunt from Salt Spring Island, local. Welcome, Nick. That's cool. Belgium, says Jeremy. Nice. Got a good mix of people in here. Atlanta, Utah. Couple Atlanta folk in here. Utah. Oman. Wow. Welcome, Abdu. Josh says Stockholm, Sweden. It's 9:15 p.m. Wow. That's kind of nice. Those are nice trading hours. Hey, Josh. You probably just get home from work, start trading. So it looks like we're at lows of day again. We need our power hour live stream juju to hit. Missouri, says Bob. Oh, nice. Look at that. Mars, says Sublime. Turkey, nice. Very cool. Yeah, great hours. Great hours. We got pretty good support at 674 down here. So, you know, we'll see if it even gets to that point. Flip the 1 minute graph here. Let's make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see. I'm going to pull up a flow algo as well to see what sort of stuff is coming in. Okay, as I say that, there's a Tesla call sweep of 382,000 that just came in how long ago? 10 minutes ago? That just came in for 820 calls expiring in March. So $382,000 bet there. Let's do it. Okay, there we go. So, okay, what else? What else have we seen here? Any other sweeps that have come in that are interesting? We got a SPY call sweep for out of the money SPY calls expiring tomorrow. It's only $100,000 bet though, so nothing too heavy there. What else? Anything Tesla oriented? Yeah, I'm not so. Yeah, this is part of Tesla equity ownership. Larry's in Boston. Welcome. This is part of Tesla ownership, right? For the last year, we've enjoyed what the stock 7 times to 8 times in the last year or something like that. Probably 6 times now, but you know, it's just part of trading Tesla. It's part of owning Tesla. Let's check out any SPY calls. No, it's been a quiet day overall for flow coming into the market. Nothing that's come in out of the norm. Let me check out the Qs. Some NASDAQ put sweeps for at the money NASDAQ's calls expiring in March, next week actually, and a total of about $1 million worth of put sweeps there, and that was done actually 10 or 15 minutes ago. So that's a really good way to hedge your account. And you guys want me to talk about hedging? Does anyone even care about hedging? It's fine if you don't. But yesterday I hedged with NASDAQ puts, which kind of really blunted a lot of the blow to my account today. Miss Toot, by the way, subscribe to your channel today. You have good understanding of the market and love your enthusiasm about Tesla. Thank you, Miss Toot. I like the name. That's awesome. Let's see what else here. I want to place an order for Tesla call 630 January 2022. What price should I put in the limit order when and if Tesla goes down to 630? I mean, I like putting in orders at the bid and then waiting for it to hit. Hence the name of the channel. But you know, that's just because I'm more patient with my fills. How do you know when to hedge? Says Step. That's a good question. So for me, the way it is if I smell, like right now I'm hedging because I don't trust the market that we're in at the moment. I don't think we're in a general good trend. I think it's a lot of chop, but I do think there's outstanding downside risk right now because of the yields going high and the macro environment still not being strong and inflation risk being high. So that's why I'm hedging right now. Oftentimes I hedge because if your account is up a lot, and I know probably it's not the case right now for a lot of people watching, but if your account's up a good amount of percent for the month or for the week or whatever, it never hurts to take a percentage of your portfolio, maybe 1%, maybe 0.5%, and just buy hedges on your positions. So if you're only a Tesla, then buy some Tesla puts. For me, I'm mostly in tech stuff. So if I'm mostly in tech stuff, the NASDAQ puts are the way I like to hedge right now. The SPY and the SPX puts are what I have used in the past. You can even buy VIX calls. That's fine too. Abel saying we don't need a hedge. I won't say that. Yeah, I mean, I wish I hedged earlier. But let's talk about hedging for a second. Looks like Tesla's bouncing back up to 685 here. Prices we haven't seen since literally this morning. So let's talk about hedging. So in times like this, when you smell that the market is probably so there's a couple different ways to hedge, right? One is if you think we're in a choppy market, right? And you could argue we're in a choppy market right now. I would argue that we're in a downwards market short term, right? If we're in a choppy market, like you think there's no general direction of the market, a good way to hedge is to collect premium on the call side and the put side for indices, right? And that can be with an iron condor, so you're capping out your unlimited loss. So you're selling a call out the money and you're buying a call further out the money. You're selling a put out the money and you're buying a put further out the money, right? That's an iron condor. Look it up. I've talked about it a lot on this channel. That's a good way in a choppy market to collect premium. And to collect premium is not fully a hedge. It's actually not a hedge at all, but it's a good way in a choppy market to make some money. A real actual hedge is to look at your portfolio, right? Look at your portfolio and try to calculate your SPX delta. Most brokerages are going to have an ability for you to see what your SPX delta number is, okay? And SPX delta is basically so let's say if I buy an at the money call for Tesla, the delta is 50, right? Everyone knows that. It's 0.5. It's 50%. So if I buy an at the money call for Tesla, it's 0.5. But that's just the delta in relation to how Tesla moves. The question is, how does Tesla move in relation to SPX? So you can weight your deltas based on indices. And the most main one everyone weights it on is SPX, the Standard & Poor's 500. So it'll take your delta of the combined positions in your portfolio, it'll weight it on SPX or whatever else, and then you can find your SPX delta. So let's say your SPX delta is 50, okay? So then you can come in and you can come into the options market and you can come into SPX and you can say, okay, my SPX delta is 50. And then you can come in and go, okay, well, I want to hedge my account with a small percentage, because remember, you don't need a big percentage of your account to hedge, but it does help in times like when Tesla crashed. Obviously, hindsight's always 2020. And then you can come in here to SPX and you can look at any of the deltas on the side here that fit your profile. So a good rule of thumb is maybe every week or every 2 or every 3 or every month, buy 1% of your portfolio in puts in SPX, or if you're more heavily weighted in tech, maybe the Qs are a good idea. So if you come in here and you look for deltas on the side, let's say if your delta was 50, your SPX delta was 50. If you buy, let's say if you buy this 25 delta SPX put, it's expensive, but let's say if you buy one of these, you've hedged your account half, right? If you want to fully hedge your account, you could buy 2 of these. You could buy further out the monies, like you could buy some 10 deltas and you could buy 5 of them to fully hedge your account. So you have to do the massaging and figuring out of how you want to position your hedges. In general, right now I'm liking the Q hedges, the Nasdaqs, the QQQ, and the reason for that is because when the bond yield's going up, and that's really the main risk in the market right now, techs are disproportionately going to get hit more. So it's not necessarily the S&P 500. In fact, if we look at the S&P 500, let me try to find it here. I think there's a way that I can pull up right here. So if I look at the S&P 500, it's pretty much negative today all across the board. CME is positive, and a couple of things down here in the financials, but all across the board it's negative. If we look at the Nasdaqs, it's all red pretty much, right? So for me, I like to hedge right now more with tech. So buying some puts helps you hedge out your positions a little bit. And like days like today, like yesterday, I bought Nasdaq puts. Jesus Christ, what happened to my layout here? Hold on, let me just try to reset this. God, what did I do? Okay, there we go. So yesterday I bought some NASDAQ, some QQQ puts, and I'll pull up Tesla's chart here in a second. So yesterday I bought some QQQ puts. They were up 100% today when I woke up, and I sold them like an hour ago, and then I sold them. I collected my profit, and then I redistributed the capital with less putting out. So, for example, I bought it for 5, it turned into 10, sold it for 10, right? And then I took 8 and I bought another put. So I netted out $2 per contract on the puts, and then I redeployed my 8 to keep me hedged, right? So at least you can extract some sort of value out of that right now. Because remember, as TNX, if you go on your broker and look at TNX, okay, TNX is a 10-year Treasury index. It's continuing to go up, and if this continues to go up, it's just a fact that the Nasdaq tech stocks are going to get slapped. It's just going to happen, and that's why yesterday we saw a nice bounce back day because if you looked at the Treasury yields, they were going down. So keep that in mind. I hope that's helpful. Any questions, let me know on that. And again, there's a million ways to hedge, right? You can buy VIX, which are the volatility index. You can buy calls on the VIX. You could buy puts on the Nasdaqs or on the S&Ps. A million different ways. Alexa is asking, great, are you able to make this live stream downloadable? Yeah, you can. After we finish off the live stream, it'll be on my channel. Step, I just explained delta hedging. I'm not sure where you are in part of the stream, but I just did. What indicator are you using? So I have a couple different things up here right now. I've got the 25-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. On top of that, then we have the Bollinger Bands, which are pretty typical to have, and then just some pivot points. On the bottom, we have the MACD in a histogram form and the RSI overlaid the volume. So pretty basic stuff here. Hey Anne, how's it going? Anne is the queen pin, not the king pin. She's the queen pin of our Discord. She tells us where Tesla stock's gonna get pinned every week. Yeah, pivot point, Steven. And let us know, and what's your prediction on Tesla pinning today? So Tesla's at 683. Yeah, I mean, on an ideal day, we're down 7, almost 8% if we're rounding up a little bit. I think we go sideways a little bit here on the downside. Again, 674 seems to be our next kind of support line. Yeah, those are automatic, Steven. Exactly. Yeah. What's your time frame for the puts? Yeah, so Dan, I know people that buy puts on the weekly basis, and they go 1% of your account every week on the week. For example, pounding the table. Shout out Anthony Tony. He does every week. For me, if I get to a month, it's too expensive and the market can move too much. I do probably 2.5 weeks if I can kind of find around there. So yeah. Kathy should be buying today. Yeah, I mean, the question is how much more cash on hand does ARK have? Do we know that? Because it seems like every day, like she can't buy every single day in perpetuity. Like there's got to be a day where she's like, all right, I'm out. But I mean, if net inflows keep coming into ARK, obviously she's gonna have more cash on hand, but she can't disproportionately buy more percentage of Tesla just because of net inflows coming in. Net inflows coming in will just offset any decline in percentage of Tesla that she has. So let's see. She's waiting. She's teasing us, right? ARK is really teasing us with the price target updates. We need to know them. We need to know. What else is coming up on Discord here? I'm just going to check Discord for anything that's come up. Let's take a look here. IPOE. Yeah, join us on Discord. It's an awesome time. We talk all types of stocks here 24/7. Do I ever buy options 1 or 2 days away? Yeah, Jeremy, as a complete lotto, I will for sure. Yeah, As a complete lotto, I definitely will. But it's just that literally it's a complete lotto, and if it goes to zero, I expect that going in. Again, my position for short-term options, if you watch the channel, you've heard me say this, is I expect zero for any short-term option positions that I buy. Like when I go in and I'm buying stuff that it's expiring in a couple of weeks or less, I have to expect zero, because if I do, I buy less of it and I don't screw up my account. The worst thing I've done in history, or in the past in history, has been buying too heavy for shorter term positions and the move not going my way. If you buy, and you know, you've already experienced this probably, but you'll buy a position 2 weeks away, out of the money call, the move won't happen, a couple of days will pass by, the move will go against you, and then it'll skyrocket back up, but your option is back to break even. And you're like, what the hell just happened, right? So that's why I buy less for shorter term stuff. Zang is asking, what is the Discord? The Discord is for all Patreon members. Patreon link should be in the description. I'm not sure how many of our supporter memberships that we have left. We have other ones though, investor ones. What happens if it diffs again tomorrow? Marino, then is it Marino? Mariano? If it dips again, it dips again. I mean, that's just the way the stocks go. We hit a low of 679 for the day. Abel says, I have my rental property in the market. I'll buy and sell. I'll sell and buy Tesla. Nice. Awesome. Tesla will probably take a hit quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, quarter. Yeah, it should be a lot better. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows in the auto business, quarter 1 is the weakest quarter by far. So, I mean, we know that. Like, the question is, you know, it's not unexpected. The reason why a Tesla stock has gone down, and we had that crash a couple of days ago, in my opinion, really seems like because people knew about the Model 3 production line being down, or they were tipped off about it, or their friends told them about it or something that they worked there. And that's really why we saw a massive dump into Tesla shares. Too many fails. Yash, do you watch Warren Redlick's videos on CCIV/Lucid being fraud? Someone sent that in our Discord yesterday. I haven't gotten around to watching it. It seemed like a long video. But it's very possible. Like, my opinion on CCIV, I still hold my August position on CCIV. Here's the thing. Number one, I want there to be another pure EV play in North America. Number two, Nikola was not a pure EV play in North America. It was a hydrogen electric vehicle, a hydrogen play, right? Number three, it's very possible that CCIV could be a fraud. The question is really, here's the question, and here's what I really didn't like about CCIV the day that they announced the merger, was that they delayed production to the second half of 2021. I didn't like that. The reason why I invested into CCIV so soon, so heavy, and I've been trimming all the way up, so it's not like I'm worried about my position, was because they tried really putting down our throats that they're going to be delivering in spring, and I was super jazzed about that because spring's not that far away. Once any company starts delivering here, I don't know how you say they're a fraud when they're going to deliver. The fact that they delayed to the second half of 2021, short term sucks. Short term really sniffs like Nikola, but I'm still, this may be just, me wanting for them to another EV company to succeed, because I think competition is good, right? And you should too as a Tesla investor. And I'm a Tesla investor. We think competition is good. In the short term, it stinks that they delayed it until the second half of 2021. It just didn't sit right with me. But the thing is, I got into CCIV at 17. I sold off at the high 20s. I got back in mid 20s. Then I bought Leaps. Then I tripled my money on Leaps. I sold out of 2/3 of them. I still hold my August position. So it's, I've been trading it more than I've been trying to invest in it. But don't get me wrong, if deliveries start coming out the second half of this year, and I'm probably going to wait until then, because remember when Tesla went public, Tesla already had cars on the road, right? So it's not like you can say they were a fraud. These pre-revenue companies don't sit right with me either, and I get that. And to be honest, I need to do more digging on the battery tech. So let me know if he talks a little bit about battery tech on there, because obviously the biggest thing with EV companies are going to be the batteries. But that's the thing is if Lucid, and you know what I don't like are some of the, like, you can tell me that Lucid is a fraud and I'll probably somewhat I'm not gonna say they're a fraud, because that's just, who knows if that's right or wrong. But here's the thing, pre-revenue companies, like, this is the problem with pre-revenue companies. I've always told everyone, pre-revenue companies don't need to be on the public markets. Why the hell are pre-revenue companies on the market? Tesla was not a pre-revenue company when it came on the market. So this is the problem I have right now with institutional investing. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Miles, where do you see Tesla going next week? Well, we're back at lows of 676 right now, so that hurts. But where do I see Tesla going next week? Well, if you look at the daily graph on Tesla, we came down. We found really good support at this 650-ish area, right on, on the day of the crash. We're kind of sort of we're $25 away from retesting that today. The candle today it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good in general, but I think we probably stay within this range for a while. Our next massive support is 600, obviously psychologically, and also because it's a price level on our chart as a, just good support. So like I said, I think we probably go down and consolidate a little bit. Do I see Tesla skyrocketing backwards and just going back to all-time highs right away? Probably not, because remember, macro, Tesla could be doing everything right, but if macro is wrong, it's really not going to work. So that's really the problem here. That's the problem. So Tyler says he watched it. It was pretty brutal. What's brutal right now is the way Tesla's getting hammered into close here. 673. Comparison is good. Warren thinks there might be a class action lawsuit by shareholder. Really? Huh. Interesting. Sanji's saying the same thing. Interesting. Didn't know that. Comparison is good. Kia has a new EV. Lucid talks all fluff. No technical details except for a wonder box. Yeah. The problem with legacy autos is they're even worse than these companies, because at least these new companies can potentially start from scratch and not have loss leaders that are ICE. Because a lot of the electric car companies, like there's like, name another pure electric car company play in North America, right? But these legacies, their whole motivation, and Tesla's going back down to low 672 now, their whole motivation is to sell ICE vehicles. That's the problem, right? So their incentives aren't in line. Yeah, the pre-revenue companies, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like, why is a pre-revenue company going public? Like, I get it, why investment banking and you can sell anything you want. Wow, Tesla's going back down to 671 here. Let's see if we come back into this support line of 675 here from this low. But like, I could start a freaking pre-revenue company and just go public then. Like, what's the difference? I can just say I have all this tech and just go from there. I just don't like it. Looks like the Qs are down. I'm on my phone here for a second. Qs are down 4%. 4%. So this is not a Tesla move. This is a tech move. And yeah, look at the Treasury bond going back up to 15% here. The Qs are at the lows of the day. So this is what I mean by hedging your account, right? Buying puts on the Qs is how I'm doing it. Until the yields start figuring itself out, this is going to be, it's going to slap tech for a little bit. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So it looks like we put in a green candle here, but let's see if we go back to our support line of 675. What's your opinion on telling Tesla covered calls? It would have been a great strategy for the last couple of weeks. In general, a lot of people in our Discord do that. Personally speaking, I don't have as many shares as I have leaps. So for me, I don't do covered calls. I do what are called poor man covered calls with leaps. But I think covered calls are a great dividend strategy. A lot of people on the Discord have a lot of Tesla shares that they just sit there. So yeah, I mean, it's good. The question is, you want to do it when you're getting enough premium for your risk. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm catching up with the comments here. What's a scenario with a 10-year yield drops? It's just supply and demand right now. Like, as long as if money keeps pouring into fixed income, it'll keep going up, right? Or sorry, the more people buy bonds, the higher the price of bond gets, the lower the yield gets. So that's what's happening here. 160 viewers, 40 likes. Let's go. It takes a team to get the hit the bid power hour round. That's right, Casey. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jan, if it dips again, I need to buy more boost to drop my worries. Abel thinks ARK price won't move the stock. You could be right. You could be right. Interesting. They should have announced a production delay before the merger announcement. Yeah, exactly, Paul. The question is more about where the yield rate is going. Yeah, I mean it's going higher. Lucid is a ridiculous gamble at 60 billion. I don't think they're worth 60 billion at the moment. I think they're worth like 30 something billion, but it's still crazy, right? Because I think they were valued at 13 billion at the $10. So if they're $30, you multiply that by 3. Their projection for 90,000 cars at an average of 110,000 is unrealistic. I don't know. I think there's EV demand out there, and I think we shouldn't discount them for selling expensive cars first. Tesla had to do the same thing, right? We have to sell whenever you're going into a new industry that's expensive and capital expenditure intensive. You have to sell more expensive stuff first to then go into the mass market. So, but it's definitely overvalued for sure. No pin says, and pins are used to kill momentum. Market makers happy to see us drift down. Steven says Neo, but not in the US. Exactly. Miles. Daniel, am I touching any options right now? I just don't think the market's prime yet to run up. Like until this yield stuff gets sorted out, I'm sitting on my hands a little bit more than I would normally. And maybe that doesn't prove to be a profitable strategy, but the yield stuff, like, you know, that's going to hurt tech. That's going to hurt the PE ratios. So it looks like we're back at 675 here. We are pinless. Yeah, and Waka, you bring up a good point. The GME stuff and the AMC stuff doesn't help the market either, which reminds me, I should probably sell my shares. Do I sell my GME stuff? I don't even know if I should. But yeah, I'm trading on my phone because that's the reason why I'm showing Interactive Brokers. Oh, what the hell happened here? We just jumped $10. There we go. Oh wow, Tesla's going up quite a bit here, jumping up $10. It's nothing to sneeze at. Is this ARK buying? Maybe this is ARK buying. Looks like massive share volumes coming in. Jeez, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm using Thinkorswim because I don't really use this brokerage at all. Actually, none of it. Everything I do is on my Interactive Brokers, but this is awesome because I can live stream at the same time and then trade on my phone. So I love doing that. Why would anyone buy a Lucid over a Plaid Plus though? I doubt they'd do very well to start. Here's the thing, Josh, is like, you know what? If I agree with your position, right? Don't get me wrong. But here's the thing. People that are anti-Tesla need a boycott out of Tesla, but into EVs. And this is where I see a big blind spot with Tesla bulls, myself included. It took me a while to get around this, is if I'm pro EV and I'm pro Tesla, I have to realize it's like, you know, it's like being pro pickup trucks, but trying to pick which pickup truck provider is the best, right? I can be pro the pickup truck space, but I have to realize that there's going to be Team Ford, there's going to be Team Dodge, right? Ford F-150 or the Dodge Ram, right? Like, here's the thing is I'm trying to bet on the general EV space because I think that's where the good is in the world, is electrifying everything. For me, I think Tesla wins hands down. But I think it's good to realize that consumers need options, right? If I lived in a world in 15 years where the only electric car company in the world was Tesla, I'd be kind of sad. Not because I have a Tesla Model 3. It's not because of that. It's because I believe in electrification. I believe in options. I believe in a free market. I believe in competition. So though I don't know if Lucid will succeed, wow, we are climbing in Tesla. Hit the like button for this. Jesus Christ. Though I don't know if I believe in lucid fully, I think I want to live in a world where there are options, and I hope that makes sense. GME's going back down, Tesla's going back up. 686. Nice job, y'all. Nice job. That entire bottom was bought back up. And I just got a notification on my phone. It says Bitcoin's down 6%. Interesting. Hey, and the money has gone. I bought at the bottom. Nice, Waka. Okay, hit the like button, says Steven. Was there some news? I don't know. You guys let me know. I can pull up my Twitter here, but nothing on my Discord says there was any news that came in. I don't think so. I'm not selling my GME whatever happens to the price. Nice. Anne says there is. What's the news? Liked already. Welcome. This is good. Pretty strong close. It looks like people are buying. Let me pull up my account here. Here's the biggest problem I have, right? I pull up my freaking account more than I like. Probably every 2.5 minutes I log into my account. It's just a bad habit. I used to have my Apple Watch, and I used to just like have my stock portfolio in here. But then I realized like it's just unhealthy how often I was looking at my account. And now with the market going down and me generally being a long person, I mean, take that however you want, but me generally being long in my positions, it just wasn't healthy for my mental hindsight, health set. So I want to see. I think 695 would be a good close here. 695. Remember, S&P funds bought at 695. So let's see if we're sticky to that point. Josh says, I agree. I just think Rivian has a way better strategy. Yeah, I mean, Rivian's not public yet. When they are, would love to invest in them as well. I think Rivian's going to go do an IPO, right? Let's not forget 695. There you go. David, what makes you think Tesla would trade sideways? Just looking at the graph and looking at support and resistance and looking at just macro, like I said, like, the yields are going up. The market's a bit choppy. We don't have the stimulus passed yet. By the way, does anyone leave me a comment? Does anyone know when the stimulus stuff is being passed in the Senate? Preserve mental capital. Martin, that's a great comment. That's a great comment, Martin. Yes, that's so true. And you know what? It took me a while to realize that I have mental capital too, not just physical capital. Great comment. Yeah. Every time you log into your account on your website or your portfolio on your phone or whatever, a nickel is taken out of your mental capital account. So at the end of the day, when you are looking to adjust your moves and you literally have $0 balance in your mental capital account, what kind of decisions are you going to make, right? Frexy, hit that bid. Kathy needs to update her price target ASAP. She does. I hope so. When do you think Tesla will go back to 850 to 900? A few months. I think once Biden EV is out, and by the way, let me know on Miles says the House is voting tomorrow. Senate should pass by the 14th. Okay, perfect. So 14th. Yeah, I do know the 15th is the hard line. Now, does anyone know when the Biden EV tax credit is coming out? So that might answer your question more, Miles, is potentially when that happens. But this is just a wild market. And so here's the thing, if yields go back down to normal where they were last month, we'll see all-time highs again. If yields stay up where they are, there's going to be a disproportionate amount of capital going into fixed income. And that's going to deflate a lot of these price to earnings ratios. I'm highly leveraged in my mental capital position. Steven says that's very true regarding checking stocks every minute. It's like everyone's trying to buy a penthouse before the end of the week. Biden's already forgotten about it. I watched this really crazy video about, and not being an American, I have no say into American politics. It's just not my business. I saw this video though on Instagram on my Explore feed. It was like the media is trying to hide this, and it was a video of Biden giving a speech recently, and he couldn't muster like 2 or 3 words together in a sentence. It was bad. I'm not sure if it was fake. It could have been, but it was bad. I'm not sure, because a lot of the stuff is fake, right? Like you don't even know if you can you can actually trust half the stuff you see. But what's your opinion on buying long calls like January 2022? I think I think, like, personally speaking, if I had more capital I wanted to put in the market, I would. Because I think stimulus is going to get passed. It really does sound like it. Biden EV tax credit's going to come out. This production issues that are happening in Tesla and the shortages in chips isn't going to last forever. It's a short-term thing. So you're really buying it in a lot of weakness right now. And what's that quote? You want to buy in weakness, trim, and sell into strength. So yeah, I think a 695 pin we can get here, guys. If everyone gently presses the like and the subscribe, maybe we'll get to 695 by the end of the day, or 700 even. Who knows? Sumit says, please, do you think Tesla will hit 600 anytime soon? I'm actually in margin, lost 1K on the dip. 600. I mean, listen, anything's possible, right? And in the short term, I don't know. It's very possible. If the yields keep going up, tech is going to get slapped in the short term. So watch for the yields. That's what you need to watch for. There's a direct correlation right now with tech stocks and the yields. Connor, thoughts on the 750 call strike, call leap expiring January 22? I just got a lot on my debit spreads expiring tomorrow. 750. See, that's the beauty of owning stuff that expires in a year. No stress. Don't have to worry about it. No big deal. One strategy you can do, and we were talking about this on Discord today. Join our Discord if you want to talk more option stuff later. But like, for example, when Tesla was at the peak of 900, right, back at all-time highs, I had September 1100 strike call, and I'm going to walk you through a strategy that you can do here. You have a 900 strike. If Tesla's at 900, you have a call out of the money for January or March of next year for 1100 out of the money. Tesla goes down to 800. Tesla goes down to 750. That call is becoming more worthless every single day, right? It's further out the money. Well, what you can do is you can pay up to roll down $100 on your 1100 to 1000, and then you can pay up to roll down to 900. So someone today in the Discord was asking, hey, I've done this when I've rolled down all the way down. Now I'm at 750 for next January. Yes, you're going to be paying to roll down every single time to come closer to the money. But if your conviction hasn't changed in the stock, and the only thing that's changed is the short-term implications of Tesla and this Model 3 production, all this sort of stuff, then when Tesla does reverse in the next year and it goes back to 800, you're going to recoup your capital a lot faster than if you held that original position and you didn't do anything to it. Or, and this is a big mistake I learned, is if you continue to buy more quantities of the 1100, right? So most people do is when the stock goes against you and they have the, Tesla's at 900, you have an 1100 strike call. What I used to do when I was a rookie was and Tesla goes down to 650 or 700, I'd buy more of the 1100s. That's just the wrong strategy. Why buy more of what's not working? Roll down, so collect more deltas, and then when the move comes up your way, if you still believe in the move, that is, granted nothing's changed long term with Tesla. Like if news came out that Elon Musk was quitting, yeah, then why the hell would you roll down? You don't believe in the company anymore, but granted, if nothing has changed long term and you have a year on this position left, don't buy more of what you have. Roll down, pay up for that. Meet Kevin just had massive losses in GME. Oh shit. GME's at 110. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Let's see here. Hey, Mike, welcome. Yeah, Frexy, that's the thing. Betfrex says, I thought I was buying weakness when the March 810 calls were 8K to 5.7. Now it's 1.2K. Yeah, I feel that for sure. Me, Kevin just made a massive loss on GME. Yeah, this whole GME AMC stuff is, what it does isn't that it actually directly affects Tesla and the tech stocks. But what it does, it takes attention away from the big money into having to cover short positions or reallocate capital. That's what it does. It distracts the market. Yeah, Dan, that's a good strategy. The premium he paid was unusually cheap to roll his leaps. Yeah, he only paid $1,000, right? To roll down. It was. I mean, it's a great good for him. How much cash am I sitting on? Can I buy? Hey Trung, welcome. I can't enjoy my Hawaii trip with Tesla going down every day. When I go back tomorrow, I bet Tesla will go back up. Man, you're living the life, going to Hawaii and stuff. Like, what is this? Crazy. So interest rates are going up and tech stocks are going down. But why? I can understand that rising interest rate will hurt companies that are undercapitalized, but Apple is swimming in the money. So you're looking at it from a balance sheet perspective, but the way you need to look at it, Jan, is to look at away from like a money movement perspective. When interest rates and yields go higher on bonds all of a sudden become more attractive to people with big money. Think Warren Buffett and these big whales, right? So like a big question a lot of money managers have is, how do you balance? Tesla's at 683 now. How do you balance your if you took all the money in your portfolio? What's a good split between equities and fixed income? And historically speaking, in the last year, fixed income has been like a non-question. What's the point of putting any money into fixed income? But if we look at it before COVID, when before interest rates were actually decent, maybe you want a 60-40 split, maybe you want a 70-30 split, depending on your strategy. So what's happened in the last year or so with interest rates being so low is no one has been putting in money into fixed income. And when no one puts money into fixed income, they're not sitting in cash now. They're going to put that money into equities. When you put extra money into equities, what happens is you overinflate the equities market, specifically speaking, tech stocks, right? So then what happens is when interest rates start rising again, all of a sudden fixed income is a lot more attractive to money managers. So what they'll do is they'll trim off their most fatty positions, the ones that have run the most, the ones that have the highest PE ratios. They'll sell and trim those off of their equities positions, come back into cash, and then buy fixed incomes, right? So what you're seeing is the distribution and the sell-off of equities into cash and then turning into fixed income. And until we start seeing so much money go back into fixed income that it dampens yields are continuing to rise while stocks are continuing to go down. So that's the long-term problem here. And also on top of that, not to mention, rising rates decreases inflation. So there's like and lowering rates has increased inflation. So there's kind of a systemic risk here that economists and money managers think, where with more stimulus coming, inflation risk is high. So what they're trying to do is by increasing yields, and the market is kind of self-correcting in that sense, with yields increasing, it's kind of a measure to kind of signal to the market, yikes, inflation might be coming. What do you think about weekly options expiring tomorrow? Well, I got a minute left here. So I have a minute left. Tesla, I can't buy any options on this account. Stupid. Plus, I don't have any money on this anyways. Let's see here. Hey, Jan, thanks for the super chat. 50 Swedish crowns, right? I think it's crowns. Thank you. I love getting foreign money. It's awesome. Because I have never idea how much it is. Yeah, okay, market's about to close. I got 30 seconds left. Looks like Tesla's going to finish around 685, 683. I'm still sitting on my Q puts, which are up now. I just actually rolled them out. They're already up 20% for the day. Still in Square. Still in my Tesla, of course, which I should probably roll down again, but I have no time left. I have 5 seconds. Here comes the bell. And let's pull up the Tesla daily chart. There's the beep. So we're negative on the MACD. The RSI is really, really low. It will buy you a small pizza. Thank you. Martin, where is the bond money going? I see stocks and bonds go down. No bueno. Well, remember when the bond prices go down, yields go up. So it's the way for the free market to make bonds more attractive, right? Because when prices of bonds go down, yields go up, higher yields make it more attractive. If with yields going up to 1.4% or whatever it is, 14%, not 14%, 14 basis points or whatever. When this is the problem is when they're going up so much and yet they're still not coming down, that means there's really no appetite for people to put money into bonds, and that's the problem. So that means it can only go higher. So if you look at the daily, Tesla's finished a little bit higher than this kind of support area. Between 600 and 640. So potentially speaking, we could see some consolidation for the next little bit here. The MACD is still negative. In fact, increasingly so. If we pull that up, it's probably going to climb here for a little bit. I have an alert set for 750, but I think I'm going to move that down to 720 moving forward. Let's replace that, 720 moving forward. So, a nice big red candle for the day. Started at the highs, finished at the lows. General market weakness. If you look at the side where I have time and sales, you'll see a 520,000 lot sell order at the bid at 682 right at close, which means, so if it's a million lot, that means you can add 20. It's 100 million shares right there traded. In general, in the time and sales on the side, guys, if you see any decimal points that are 3 or 4 decimal points, like this one right here, it's $682.92.61 or something. These are dark pool orders. So that's why you see those come in. So whenever you have 4 digits, those are usually dark pool prints. And then usually 2 digits are just general retail stuff. Do I think Tesla bounces back tomorrow as it usually recovers quickly after falling? I think the question... Oh, James, welcome. Great stream, yes. So it's Yash, James, but it's okay. So here, here's the thing. I don't think it's about Tesla. I think it's about yields and the Nasdaq. So look at the yield chart. We finished close to high of day, right? The high of day was, other than this big anomaly at 16, it really was 15 and a half, and we finished at 15 and 20 cents. So yields are finishing high. If this continues, and this is the yield graph, pull this up on your software, y'all. This is TNX. Okay? It's the 10-year Treasury Index. Look at the yields. It's gone down. It's gone up considerably in the last 2 weeks, right? Like a lot. If we pull up the yearly graph, it's gone up substantially from the second week of February. So right around, I think when they announced that, the stimulus package was going to come through. Waka says, I wonder if this is the start of the market crash. Now, here's what I think about that, in my personal opinion. I don't think it's... I think we did see a brunt of the crash already. I think we're going to see continual a longer-term shakeout until stimulus comes in, until a lot of this pumping of money comes back in. Because remember, no money manager, when the stimulus is happening, can be short. Like, how can you be short equities once the stimulus money starts coming into the market? Like what, $1.9 trillion is going to come into the market, and you think price of equities are going to stay low? So I think long term, it's going to be fine. The biggest thing here is you need to stay solvent, and you need to stay ready for a big shakeout for the next little bit here, because what's happening is kind of a reset, right? It's a reset in valuations. It's a reset of capital allocation, and it's a reset of PEs, right? 50 PE is not sustainable, right? So what's going to happen? And the funny thing is, it's long-term going to help the market anyways, this reset. Because remember, resets in bull markets are awesome because it allows everyone to pile their chips back in, and then our bull market can stay on longer. So there's potential that until the stimulus actually comes into the hands of people, there's going to be a little bit of a shake out. I don't think it'll be a crash though, but who's to say? James, oh, my mistake, Yash. Okay, there you go. That's how you say my name, Yash. Hey Vivian, how's it going? Jack, what are your expectations for Tesla end of the year? I think with the stimulus coming in, and should this tax credit be passed for electric vehicles and it'll help Tesla, should that start coming back in, like, you know, my original price target, I think a couple weeks ago someone asked me end of year, I said 1100. I'll probably stick to that. I think I'll probably stick to that. That's not to say that's going to be the highest we go throughout the year, because we very well could go up to 1500, back down to 5. Like, who knows in the short run that what happens, but I think in the next year my conservative estimate is probably like 1100. What's keeping Tesla from dropping to 500 or something like that now? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, nothing's keeping it. We do have support. We have some good amount of support at 600 and a little bit above that. We have some support at 500 as well, and I think the simple moving average is there, so it's potential, but it'll be tough. Tesla's on sale. Yep. Can we get 100 likes? How many likes are we at right now? Let me check. How many likes? Thanks for watching, y'all. We're at 30 likes. No, what is it? Oh, we're at 100 likes now. 106. Thanks, y'all. Much appreciated. If you're getting enjoyment out of this, 107. Nice. If you're getting enjoyment out of this, join the family. Hit the subscribe. It's free. Trust me, it won't cost you anything. And then that way you don't have to send me. I literally get messages on Twitter from people saying, "Hey, you didn't tell me there's going to be a live stream today." Here's the thing. I don't know when I'm going to go live. So unless you hit subscribe and hit the bell too, you're not going to know, because I schedule them randomly, because I'm a dick like that and I don't give people heads up, because that's just who I am as a person. So my previous employer continued to pay me monthly salaries when I decided I should inform them of the mistake. Nice, Jan. Nice. Maybe they loved you that much. Put in also a Discord push for live online. Yeah, Mello, I'm not sure if you're in our Discord. Yeah, but I'm pretty bad with posting on Discord about when I go live. But you're right, I should probably do that more. Join the Discord, by the way. Let me give you guys a quick tour of our Discord, because I think some people don't really know what it is, because I didn't know what it was. But basically what happens here is, let me just take a look here. How do I share this without revealing too much? Okay, Discord. So this is Discord. You can have it on your phone. You can, and there's general market. There's options talks. We talk about rolling stuff and leaps and iron condors and strategies like that. We have an ARK Invest channel. We have a couple of voice channels. So if people want to, you know, jump on the phone, like a group chat, you can do that. We've done that a couple of times. There's a crypto channel, Amazon, Apple. The Tesla one obviously gets the most love and the most news. We have a dedicated channel for tweets and op-eds, and Anne does an amazing job with keeping us up to date with tweets that she sees. So, you know, any sort of stuff that happens that's breaking definitely goes into the Tesla channel. So, you know, when Tesla last night was with the Model 3 stuff, we were having a debate on that. So come in here, check it out. If you want to support the channel at the same time, feel free to. I'm not going to push you to do anything you don't want to, but it's definitely well worth it in terms of getting news and getting just, you know, when you have someone to bounce ideas from and someone to deliberate, like a group of community to actually deliberate your opinions and your long-term convictions on with, I found that, you know, it should pay for itself. It's like $5 a month or something, right? So when is the last time you lost $5 in the stock market? It's not even commission for some of people. Like, my commission for this brokerage is $10 per side. It's actually nuts. That's why I don't trade in here. Thoughts on Workhorse news? Yeah, it sucks what happens with Workhorse, but you know, that USPS contracts that they didn't get. Wait, what? Workhorse is back up to 20? Damn, what happened, y'all? Did they get they got another contract or something, or did Kathy come in? What happened here? Vivian says, I only miss Sawyer on Twitter. I don't miss Twitter. Yeah, so yeah, he often gets quoted into our Discord. Tyler says, I forgot to post live now on Discord. No, it's all good, Tyler. It's all good. That's on me. That's not on you. Don't worry. Mike says, your channel, your show. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I can't inform everyone every time I'm going live. Although I'll admit I'm not very good at at posting my stuff on my Twitter and stuff. I don't like promoting my videos on my Twitter. I don't know. It's just weird for me to do it. But I do appreciate when you guys post about it. Yeah, so Patreon link is in the description. Prediction on Tesla opening rate tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, depends on the market. Like, it's a cop-out answer, but I think we're gonna have to wait till tonight to see how futures are stacking up, and how yields are changing. But it's very possible we open at 650 again or something tomorrow, or if we open at 700, who's to say? Yeah, workhouse news is crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. If we pull up the Tesla 4-hour graph, maybe you guys are talking about the head and shoulders a little bit there. Yeah, you definitely see that. The question is, which sides are strong? Like, I think if I had to sum up what's happening in Tesla stock right now, I think it's the biggest force is macro, tech stocks being slammed because of increasing yields. Number two, I think the crash that we saw the other day, the more I think about it, the more it has to do with a lot of insiders getting rid of their shares when production lines were down and we didn't know about it. I have to say, like, that has to be a big portion of it, and short sellers. And then number three is a lot of people are sitting on their hands to see what upgrades come out from ARK. I'm not sure how much, and I put that one last because I agree with some of you guys' sentiment around, I don't know how much of that is going to be weighed into what's happening with the macro. Like, if macro was fine right now and yields were normal, then yeah, ARK Invest coming out, huge effect on the stock price. The question I have is, when ARK Invest does come out with their price prediction and their price target for the next 5 years, does that outweigh the effect of macro? And presumably they're going to have macro news built into their model, or macro yields or tech PE valuations built in. So it's going to be interesting to see what they say. You think Elon has a surprise for us? I hope so. People, mainstream media is saying that Tesla's moving with crypto. Well, I don't know if they are. What is... I've never done Bitcoin on here. Is it BTCC? Does anyone know what Bitcoin's ticker symbol is on Thinkorswim? If anyone knows, let me know. Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, but here's the problem, right? Is I agree. Like when Bitcoin was shooting up to 56,000, I made a video. 57,000, I made a video. Tesla wasn't going up. Now Bitcoin's going down. Everyone is quick to say it's going down because of Bitcoin. It's funny that they only want to attribute downside correlation with Tesla and Bitcoin. They never want to attribute upside correlation with it. James says, don't buy Bitcoin, it's bad. Yeah, I agree. Bitcoin is... Don't buy any Bitcoin, but I'm going to show you how much Bitcoin is right now. I'm being sarcastic. I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. James, you're trying to make me look bad. Bitcoin's at 49,000. Yikes, that's terrible. Just take my word for it. It's 49,000 right now. Hey Chuck, welcome. Chuck is an investor on the channel. Welcome. Now Chuck, because YouTube sucks and they don't automatically give me an option to add you in to Discord. If anyone's joining with Patreon, you automatically get added into the Discord. Because you don't, Chuck, do you mind sending me an email? You're gonna get a Discord link, probably manually from me on this. So shoot me an email, and my email is in my channel settings, and I'll send you the Discord link. Josh says, what's the Discord link? It's if you go into Patreon and you just connect your Discord account with it, it'll automatically automatically add you into the Discord through there. I launched YouTube memberships and stuff like that, and unfortunately they don't automatically connect with Discord, so I have to manually allow people in, but it is what it is. Can you make a video / playlist on how to buy crypto in Canada? Sure, Frexy, I'll tell you right now. Coinbase, easy, done. Buy stuff on Coinbase, transfer it out into a hard wallet if you care to do that, and then, like, I have Trezor, and just put it in Trezor and leave it alone for 10 years and see where it takes you. Binance is also good, by the way, if you want to have an exchange, but Binance is weird with Ethereum right now, and it's back and forth. Wall Street is out to beat dumb money. They've been the way for a while. Yeah, I mean, so the GME stuff, I almost feel like it was a coordinated hedge fund pump up to see how many retails they could trap into that bull run. We'll see. Waka, you should be investing in Cardano. It's the future. Waka, I invested in Cardano in 2017. So yeah, I've been there, done that. Jan, I'm banking on Bitcoin to save me if equity crashes. That's the problem. That's the problem, right? Is Bitcoin and equities are really like they're almost correlated right now, and that's really like the big problem here. So it is what it is. Aaron, Yash, what about the NBA Top Shot? Is that the NFT stuff? Is that the James on here loves the NFT stuff. He's like an NFT guru. He's like making his own art on NFT and selling it. Join the Discord if you want to talk to him. But that sort of stuff is like out of my league, to be honest, the whole crypto NFT stuff. Yashu, can you show a roll down of my 2023 $1,000 leap calls? Sure, Mark. I'll take a look here. January, right? I think so. 1,000 strike. So the 1,000 strike January 2023 are 19 grand at the moment, right? And your delta on those are 50, what is it? 55 delta. So if Tesla goes up $1, your position goes up $55. It's a 55% correlation. Now, for 10 more deltas, right? To move up to 65 instead of 55, instead of paying 19 grand, you're going to pay 24 grand. So you're going to pay 5 more grand to move up considerably because it's 10 deltas higher. But also if you look at the strikes, and that's a massive roll down, but let's just take a look here. You're moving from 1,000 strike all the way to 770. Even if you did 900, right? If you moved up $100 of strikes, you would only pay a difference of, I think, 2 grand here. So a 2 grand increase in position size represents like a 10% increase in your price, right? Because if you already bought something for 20 grand, paying 21 grand, paying 22 grand is only a 10% increase in your budget. But you get 5 more deltas here, and you move up 100 strikes. So in terms of moving your break even, you've literally just moved your break even lower by 9 grand, 8 grand, right? So it could be worth it. Now the question is how much premium is baked into these. These are the January 2023. There's 81% implied volatility on those compared to, let's see here, 81%. The March 2023s are at 68% implied volatility. So it's almost like maybe what you want to do is pay the same amount. Like if you can sell your 1,000 strike and buy 3 more months. I'm not sure if that's, but it all depends. So these are the things that you have to do here. I can't tell you what to do, but those are the things I'm kind of looking at to see is like, okay, if I want to put in $1,000 more, can I potentially roll it? James says, no, what? I'm a degenerate. Don't ask me. Aaron, we're in an NFT bubble similar to ICOs in 2017. Watch out. Miles, Amazon has been out at about 3,000 to 3.2 since July. Yeah, that's the thing is even stuff like Amazon is getting slapped right now. I'm still long Amazon stocks, but it's so bloody expensive. Like they need to announce a split. Jeff Bezos, if you're watching this stream, if you're one of the 178 people watching and there's a 0.001% chance, or actually it's not even Jeff Bezos anymore. It's not. I have to ask the new guy. What is his name? Andy or something. Split the goddamn stock. Just split the goddamn stock. No one wants to trade your $3,000 plus stock. Jeez, just split the goddamn thing. Sumit, your name is Yash? Yeah, my name is Yash. India? No, I'm in Canada. I'm Canadian. Can you check Fiverr? Okay, everyone loves Fiverr. I don't have an opinion on it, but from people that I respect on FinTwit, they love Fiverr. They're long Fiverr. That's all I can kind of say. Check out Pounding the Table podcast on Spotify. They love Fiverr and they talked about it in depth. So if you want to check it out, that's where my recommendation would be. Josh saying, what's your take on the 1475 strike January 20? That's very far out the money. 1475 for this January coming up. That's very far out the money. You're gonna need to move fast. Let's see here. Remember, 1475 is literally doubling, more than a doubling of the stock price right now. 1475 for this January are $5,000. Your break even on this is $50 plus 1475. Your break even is 1525. It's very expensive. If you're gonna put $5,000 into something, maybe you're better off buying a debit spread, buying a closer to at the money and then selling a further at the money, and that way, volatility is on your side as well, because those are going to be tough unless you see a move fast. I know you have till January, but you're going to have to see Tesla double since then. It's tough. Thoughts on Peloton? Hyperchange is super bullish on it. My thoughts on Peloton is, how many goddamn bikes can someone sell to be worth $100 billion? I don't know. Someone's going to have to sell me. Someone's going to have to sell me on Peloton. To be honest, I haven't done much DD on it anyways. If someone's really bullish on it, they must have done a lot of DD on it. So I just think it's a bike company with monthly subscription, and they're worth how much? Let me check right now, actually. You got me curious. Peloton, they're worth $34 billion in terms of market cap. That's tough. But I've made a lot of money on Peloton, buying calls. But that was months ago. It's not a long-term investment play for me. I'm not going to answer that. Peter, thoughts on plus Tesla? I did answer that. I mean, we're gonna have to wait till tonight to see how sentiment is. Expedia thoughts, same. Miles, I don't follow Expedia. Yahoo Vites, love them. Not sure what that is. Jimmy is back at 100. Yikes. Yeah, it is what it is. Yash is a Hindi word that means popularity. Really interesting. You know what? I didn't know that. Parents never told me. Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. You know what's funny is a lot of people on the comments call me Yeshua, which I think is hilarious because it literally means Jesus in Hebrew. Correct me if I'm wrong. If someone speaks Hebrew and they watch, like, I'm pretty sure it means Jesus, Yeshua. And whenever people in the comments call me Yeshua, I always get a kick out of it because I love being called. Well, I mean, I don't want to put God's name in vain, but it is what it is. It's kind of lifting your ego a little bit. But I find it funny. I do. And I never correct anyone. For the most part, I never correct anyone. I have a buddy. I only have one friend that knows about this channel, which, by the way, is growing tremendously. Like, thank you so much. We just passed 5,000 subscribers, like, literally 2 weeks ago, not even a week or so ago, and now we're at 5,800, which is nuts. So really happy about the growth here. But Wall Street, Yeshua, James, shut up, man. Yeshua is the right hand of Yahweh. Yeah, so I never correct anyone when they say my name wrong, because, to be honest, it doesn't really matter, and I don't really get pissed. It doesn't bother me. I'm not that fragile, right? But I do get a kick out of it, and a large percentage of people call me Yeshua. I just don't get why. I've never said I'm Yeshua, but it is what it is. Emmanuel, Yeshua means toothbrush in Chinese. Really? Emmanuel's moving to China, so he's brushing up on his Chinese. Yeshua means toothbrush. Interesting. Allegedly, it's another way of saying Joshua in English. Yeah, exactly, right? Because Jesus' name was Jesus. No, it was. I'm not gonna get into Christian into theology here, but yeah, I think you're right. John says, "quote When investing, ask yourself, what would Yeshua do?" STC says Yeshua could also mean yeah, sure. That's the thing is growing up, whenever anyone would say yeah, sure, I would always look around because it's just a trigger for my name, right? Yeah, but Aaron says they're a technology company with monthly subscription. They can partnership revenue with apparel too. Yeah, the subscription part is the part that I am like interested in, because subscription companies always interest me. It's like, but what is it, $200 a month, 100 something bucks a month to have an iPad on a bike? I'm gonna have to be sold on it. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm always late to the things that are really big in life. Like I'm always a little bit like I'm an early adopter in a lot of things, but things that really like I miss, I'm a little bit late to and a little bit bearish on. So the fact that I am probably is bullish for Peloton. Treadmills too, yeah, it's true. Yep. Anyways, y'all, it was a great live stream. Had a tremendous amount of fun. Tesla didn't do exactly what we wanted to do, but don't worry, we live another day. Hopefully, Fridays are usually just a bloodbath for Tesla. But let's see if this week is kind of the anti week, where Monday was our big dip. So join me tomorrow. We're going to be going live as well. Should have actually might have a guest appearance tomorrow of Anonymon coming on half an hour before Power Hour. To come talk about what he's done with his Leap strategy. And, you know, he owns $5 or $6 million worth of Tesla shares. So how he's kind of maneuvering the dip and playing it for his covered call strategy. So join me for that. I think we'll be going live around 11:30 Pacific for that. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified for future stuff moving forward. I appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Had an awesome time here. Regardless of what happens in the market, just try to keep a macro perspective on your life and appreciate what's happening here. Up or down, I know it sucks. Weeks like this are never fun, but remember, we've 7x'd in the last year, 8x'd over the last year. So weeks like this are going to happen. It's just the way it is, right? So continue to be positive and to live to fight another day, and to manage your account and to undo risk, take it off the table, right? Always stay in a little bit in cash. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on Discord later, and don't think I'll have another video out today. Potentially I will. I had 3 out yesterday, so I'm kind of tired. All right, guys, much love, much appreciative of all you guys watching. Thanks. Take care.